morning, everybody. Welcome back.
This is Morning Announcements.
Happy Friday, everybody, with Madisyn.
And Mr. I.
Today is
January 22nd.
Oh, it is Friday. Yeah.
This is our Friday feature interview.
Who are you interviewing this week, Madisyn?
I'm going to be interviewing Cory Criss. He is our Transportation Director.
Transportation Director? What does that mean?
Well, he's in charge of the buses and the bus drivers.
Oh, I get it. Okay, everybody. Well, sit back, relax, and watch Madisyn's interview with Mr. Criss.
Please state your name and where you live.
Hi, this is Cory, and I live in Grayland.
You're our transportation supervisor. Before I start asking questions about your job for our school, I'd like Ocosta students to know a little bit more about you. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Wenatchee, which is in the middle of the state.
Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have one sister, and she lives in Spokane.
Do you have any funny or embarrassing stories about something that happened to you in elementary school?
Probably just it might be a little bit funny. So most of the schools I went to when I was in elementary were Christian schools, very small Christian schools. And in like 5th and 6th grade, you could pretty much fit everybody from kindergarten to 6th in one room. And in 6th grade, there was only 2 students, and it was myself and another student named Cory. We were the only 6th graders in the school at that time.
So there were 2 Corys?
There was 2 at the same time. It was pretty fun.
And there's only 2 kids named Cory in one class. That's funny.
Yep.
When you were younger, what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a pilot, fly planes.
That sounds like fun.
It was very fun.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Wenatchee High School.
What was your favorite subject in school?
We had a lot of classes that dealt with technical skills, and I took one that dealt with drafting, which would be making plans for houses and buildings and things like that, and I enjoyed that class.
Were you involved in any extracurricular activities in high school?
I wrestled and participated in track.
Where did you go to college?
And I went to 2 different colleges. The first one was Big Bend Community College. I studied aviation. And the second one was Spokane Community College, and I studied computer network engineering.
You're married. Tell us about your family.
I've been with my wife for over 20 years. We have 4 kids together, and they all live around the state. And I have 2 grandkids from all of them. 3 of them are married, and 1 is not.
Why did you pick to live and work here?
When we moved from Wenatchee, and we were decided we were going to move someplace warm, south, maybe like Arizona or Nevada, and we stopped in Grayland to see my mom and dad before we left, and decided to stick around for about a month or so to help them, and it just turned into a lot longer than a month. So we're still here. That was in 2012.
Your wife has a business down in Grayland. Could you tell us about it?
Well, my parents own a little coffee stand down there. My wife has been running that for quite some time, and right now it's closed because of the COVID, because we have 2 or 3 people in our household that could be considered high risk. But at this moment, she is also building a small building that she is going to use to sell flowers out of and make herself a little flower nursery.
What is the coffee stand called?
The coffee stand is Grayland Beach Espresso.
Now, here are some job questions. I understand that you haven't always worked in the field of education. What jobs did you have before working at our school?
I've had quite a few jobs other than the coffee shop. I used to own a restaurant that turned into a nightclub after hours. I've owned a car dealership that sold used cars. I've worked for UPS delivering packages in the winter time when they needed extra help, and all the way back to college where I delivered pizzas for Pizza Hut. and Domino's.
What made you want to be a bus driver?
There was actually another bus driver that used to work here. Her name was Judy, and she went by the nickname Hoot. And she would stop by the coffee shop a lot and keep asking me over and over if I would be interested in being a bus driver. And I kept telling her I don't think I'd be very good at it. And eventually I just decided I would try something different and came in and talked with Andy that was here at the time and went from there.
Do you have to go to school to become a bus driver?
You have to do a little bit of training. It usually takes about 3 days that you go in with some trainers that give you the basics on driving the school bus and the best way to do it. And then you work at the district with a trainer to keep driving until you're comfortable with the bus.
Do you have to have more training once you become a driver?
Every year we have a class just like the teachers do that we have to attend that keeps us current on bus driving. That's usually the only other requirement that we have to do every year.
How long have you driven a bus?
I've worked here for over 5 years now, I guess. So I've been doing it for that long.
What's the best thing about being a bus driver?
I enjoy seeing everybody, and probably the best part for me is at the end of like a trip or something when everybody comes up and thanks me for being their bus driver and just says they enjoyed the ride. That makes you feel pretty good.
How long have you been our transportation director?
It's been probably a little over 1.5 years now.
What's involved in your job?
So I have to make sure the buses are running properly, of course, and then all the cars and everything that are used for delivery right now. The buses have to be inspected a couple of times a year. So I have to have those ready for the inspections to make sure that they can pass. And so if there's any problems that come up, I got to make sure I can fix them or get somebody that can help me fix them to get them ready for inspections and keep them running properly.
How do you create the bus routes?
A lot of times, once I get a list of the students, I will just start looking up addresses in the system, and then just trying to put them in order that makes sense on how to pick them up and get them to the school.
Is it stressful waking up on a stormy morning knowing that you have input on whether or not the buses can go out on their routes?
Oh, it can be a little bit stressful. It's not too bad. I just go out and drive around and try to make the best decision based on how the roads look and the safety of getting everybody here. So I just try to drive around and make sure everything looks okay.
Do you have to make repairs to buses?
Yes, I do. They seem to want to break a lot sometimes. Sometimes they do good for a week or so, and sometimes they break daily.
What is the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is I like dealing with the kids. Now that I'm the supervisor, I don't get to see everybody on the bus as much as I would like to, but I can ride every once in a while and just enjoy walking around and talking with the kids on the bus.
What is the most challenging part of your job?
Challenging part. I have to make sure that I create an environment where everybody is happy and all the parts work together. So that can be challenging sometimes, and just keeping the buses on schedule for maintenance.
What do you like best about our communities?
Everybody here has treated us very nice. So I really like the fact that they're very helpful. If I need something at any given time, there is always somebody willing to help me. I've had to borrow trucks from people, and it's never to move things around at last minutes. And there's always been somebody willing to just to help you out at the drop of a hat. So that's been very nice because it hasn't always been that way in the past.
Now, here are some goofy questions. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I like pineapple. So yes, I will take it on a pizza.
If I were to get pineapple pizza, I'd just take the pineapple off and eat it myself.
Some people don't like the flavor of pineapples. When I sold pizzas, there was a lot of people that wanted to make sure there was no pineapple ever touched it.
Old Charlie and the Chocolate Factory or New Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
I like the old one only because I'm a fan of the actor that played Willy Wonka. That was Gene Wilder.
SpongeBob SquarePants or Tom and Jerry?
Well, Tom and Jerry is more from my era, so I woke up watching Saturday morning cartoons with Tom and Jerry and Flintstones and everything like that. So I'm gonna stick with old.
Describe your favorite sandwich.
I really like a really good club sandwich with lots and lots of extra bacon on it.
That sounds delicious. Would you eat a
Very good.
sandwich with bologna and extra pepperoni?
Since I used to be around pizzas, I ate a lot of pepperoni, and I would take anything with extra pepperoni on it.
Do you have any words of encouragement for elementary school students?
So right now, I know it's tough with everything going on. It's difficult having to stay home, but all I can say is, stay strong, and we'll get through this shortly. We'll be back as soon as we can, and I look forward to being back on the bus with everybody and seeing everybody come to schools and being normal again, I guess.
Is there anything else you would like to share?
I don't think I have anything else.
Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
Once again, thank you for your time today, Cory. This is Ray J with the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thanks again, Ray J. Hope you get a great weekend sleep because you're coming to school next week. Yeah.
Woo! Thanks for watching. Enjoy your weekend. For comments, questions, suggestions, or pledge video submissions, here are our email addresses down below.
Okay, everybody, enjoy your weekend. Kindergartners, I hope you're ready because your teachers are getting there. We'll see the kindergartners on Monday. Everybody else, have a great weekend. And remember, be a good kid. Do the right thing.
What he said. Bye.
Bye.